Hello friends, in this lecture I will be telling you about the vector cross product. So let us understand what the cross product is. So if you are having, let's say you have a plane S, and in this plane you are having two vectors A and vector B. These two vectors are lying on this plane. And now you are searching for a vector which is going to be normal to these two vectors, and that is nothing but the cross product of these two vectors. Now, whether that vector will be above the plane or below the plane is depending on whether you have taken it from A to B or from B to A. So this is minus C vector. Okay, so now this is what this is going to be, nothing but B cross A. So basically right hand rule is used. And in geometric sense, if you are having this vector A and this vector B, and what you can do is you can form a parallelogram out of it. And if you cut this portion and add this portion here, then you will be getting what you will be getting, a rectangle. Okay, you will be getting a rectangle. So what is the width of this rectangle? This is nothing but the magnitude of vector B. What is the height of this rectangle? It is nothing but A vector magnitude, and if this angle is theta, sine theta. So basically, this particular vector is having the magnitude equal to the area of the parallelogram, which is formed by these two vectors, and the direction will be the direction normal to the surface. Sometimes also it is written as A vector magnitude, B vector magnitude, sine of theta, and in the direction normal to this. If this is normal vector, then this is the direction. In component form, if you are having vector A, that is A0i plus A1j plus A2k, and another vector B, that is B1i plus B2j plus B3k. Sorry, it is B0, B1 and B2. Then how to evaluate the cross? That is A cross B. So linear algebra wise, you have a very elegant way, that is that determinant ijk, and then it is A0, A1, A2, B0, B1, B2. So what is this vector C? That is the cross product of these two. It will be I, A1, B2 minus A2, B1 minus J, A0, B2 minus B0, A2, A0, B2 minus B0, A2 plus K, A0, B1 minus A1, B0. So now how to generalize this particular thing so that we can write a program out of it. So if you dig down deep in the mathematics, then you will be able to see a tensor known as Levi-Civita tensor. That is Levi-Civita tensor. And that is epsilon I j k. So therefore, A cross B, if you are having two vectors and you want to know the ith component, because that will be having, so if it is a three-dimensional vector, so it will be having three components. So likewise, the ith component of a vector is given by epsilon I jk aj bk. That is how we define a cross product of two vectors using Levi-Civita tensor. So now, as you can see here, very closely if you observe, this j and this k are repeated. So that means you have to sum over j and k. Okay. And before that, you should be requiring the definition of this Levi-Civita tensor, that is epsilon ijk. So epsilon ijk is going to be 1 if the permutation is cyclic. It is -1 if the permutation is anti-cyclic, and it becomes 0 if any ij becomes equal to j, or j becomes equal to k, or k becomes equal to I. So in this way you can solve it. So how to do that? Look. Now you are having two arrays, A0, A1, A2, and B0, B1, and B2. Now this I will be telling you the index, what index you are working or what index you want. So for I is equal to 0, I is less than 3, I plus plus, then what? Then inside this particular loop, you have to initialize a sum, because I already discussed that there is a repetition of index. Repetition of index means sum. And then you start with j. Again, j will be moving from 0 to 2, that is less than 3. And inside, you again start with another k, that is k is less than 3, and then k plus plus. And here inside this k, you will be telling what? You will be telling that if it I becomes j, or j becomes k, or k becomes I, then this epsilon, let's say EPS, it will become 0. Else if it is cyclic permutation, then EPS will become 1. Else, that means if it is neither equal nor cyclic, then it has to be anti-cyclic, so EPS will become -1. And then after this, you do what? You sum up. So your sum will be equal to sum plus this EPS times AJBK. That's it. So that means you have done the sum for all the J's and K's. So for all the J's and K's, you have done the sum. So close the K, close the J, and then you will be getting your ith element as the sum. And that's it, done. So that's how you can evaluate the cross product of two vectors. So here cyclic means what? So if you look this, if it is 0, if it is 1, and if it is 2, so if your indexes are such that they are 0, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 0, or 2, 0, 1, then they will be cyclic. Otherwise means if it is 2, 1, 0, or 1, 0, 2, or 0 to 1, so this is anti-cyclic, this is counter-cyclic, whereas this one is cyclic. Now the question is how to implement this in C program. Okay, so let us move to the editor and let's see how to do that. So I am having two vectors, let's say A and B, and another vector, let's say C, of size 3, because vector product, this cross product is a vector product, so it will be returning what? A vector. Now for I this, okay, this is okay. Inside this, you have to define sum is equal to 0. Okay, and also let us define some epsilon EPS. Now for int j is equal to 0, j is less than 3, j plus plus. Inside this, what? K loop. So for int k is equal to 0, k k is less than 3, k plus plus. Now we have to check. That is what we have done here. So you have to check if it is becoming I becoming equal to j, or j becoming equal to k, or k becoming equal to I. So if I is equal to j, or means double pipe, j is equal to k, or k becoming equal to I. Okay, then you simply say epsilon is equal to 0. Else, if it is cyclic, cyclic means I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 1 and k is equal to 2. So this is one combination. Or I becomes 1, j becomes 2 and k becomes 0. This is another combination. Or I becomes 2, j becomes 0 and k becomes 1. So 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 0 and 2, 0, 1. Then we will be seeing that the epsilon is having value 1 because that is now cyclic. If neither of the condition is true, then it has to be anticyclic, else this epsilon is going to be having a value -1. That's it. This is done. After this, you have to update the sum. Sum is equal to sum plus aj times bk. Just follow the indexes. Indexes where? Here. Look. It is aj bk and this is your EPS. So once all the j's and k's will be over, that means this loop and this loop is over, then you can say that C I, that is ith element in C, is going to be equal to what? Simply, I have done something wrong. So it is EPS also. EPS times this. So it is sum. Okay. Done. Okay, done. Okay, it's over. So the cross product of these two vectors, let me print. So we have as this is a vector, that means an array. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than 3, I plus plus. So printf, then Cith element, that is percentage d, is equal to percentage d comma, so I comma, and here c will come, so ci, and let us bring everything to new line after this. So run it. So this is having some problem. This is saying EPS undeclared. Why EPS is undeclared? EPS we have declared here. So why EPS is undeclared here? Though we have defined it. So it is saying EPS. Oh, sorry, it is ESP I have written. It should be EPS. Okay, EPS, 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 EPS. Okay, now. So the vector product will come out to be 4, 1 and -4. So in this lecture, till this point only, hope that you have learned how to write a code for cross product. Thank you very much for watching the video.